Formula One is gearing up for yet another jaw-dropping twist in the ever-unpredictable silly season, and this time the stakes are sky-high. Some of the sport's biggest names are reportedly on the brink of shaking up their environments, with George Russell and Max Verstappen holding the most critical pieces of this high-stakes puzzle. So what wild scenarios could unfold by 2026, and just as intriguing, what decision has Cadillac made regarding their own 2026 lineup? Let's begin with the freshest development: Valtteri Bottas's subtle yet telling statement about Cadillac. The Finnish driver released a video where he casually referenced free seats in a Cadillac SUV, hinting at his readiness to join the American outfit's 2026 mission. A 10-time Grand Prix winner, Bottas has long been linked to a potential return to the F1 grid, but now it finally feels like the pieces are falling into place. While the team hasn't released an official confirmation, widespread speculation suggests Bottas has secured one of the seats. The remaining slot is expected to go to either a promising youngster like Joe Schumacher or Drugovich, perhaps a seasoned veteran like Sergio Perez. Whether Cadillac will opt for an all-veteran pairing remains to be seen, but one thing is clear: they're placing significant trust in Bottas. His previous experience with Ferrari engines from 2022 to 2025 makes him an ideal candidate, offering technical insight and composure. Bottas, true to his focused nature, reportedly turned down offers from other prestigious racing series like WEC and NASCAR, signaling his unwavering commitment to Formula One. That alone speaks volumes to Cadillac about the Finn's discipline and hunger. He's exactly the kind of driver you want, leading a new team experienced, composed, and motivated. Now, the question is, who should be his teammate? Cadillac's strategy appears to mirror that of Audi: pair a veteran with a rising star. If Bottas is indeed confirmed, it might reduce the likelihood of Perez joining, despite his immense popularity in the US and the financial boost he brings. It's now up to Cadillac to officially reveal their direction as they inch closer to forming a complete, well-balanced driver lineup. Meanwhile, another storm is quietly brewing in the F1 paddock, and it revolves around Max Verstappen. Even though he's publicly dismissed any speculation about leaving Red Bull, there's a growing belief that his silence may be more telling than his words. The grid is whispering, and Verstappen's future is becoming one of the sport's most discussed enigmas. Enter Toto Wolff, Mercedes team boss, who's made it clear he won't tolerate drivers who consider themselves above the team. His philosophy is rooted in unity and respect, and that's where Verstappen's attitude becomes a deciding factor. As of now, George Russell hasn't secured an extension with Mercedes, leaving the door slightly ajar for what could be the most explosive driver switch in recent memory. Wolff has publicly acknowledged that he won't rest until every possible chance of signing Verstappen is explored, even if that chance is just 1%. His dream lineup: Verstappen and Antonelli in 2026. Wolff elaborated on his team-first mindset, saying, "There are other people who are part of your success. I've always told our drivers that there are 2,500 superstars in this team, whether they're working in the machine shop, cleaning, doing aerodynamics, or driving the car. If you're selfish and jeopardize our success or damage our brand, I'll be ruthless. You have no place on this team." This brings us back to George Russell. The British driver has shown strong form this season, even clinching a win in Canada, but despite that success, his future with Mercedes remains uncertain. Russell seems fully aware of the bigger picture. He knows that Verstappen is the hottest property in F1 right now, and if every team had an open seat, they'd fight to sign him. But Formula One isn't just about desire, it's about timing, fit, and risk-reward calculations. And Russell might have a backup plan. Aston Martin is reportedly eyeing him as the future leader of their post-2026 project, possibly preparing to transition Fernando Alonso into early retirement. If that happens, it would be yet another seismic shift in a sport already teetering on the edge of a transformative era. And this is only the beginning. Although George Russell has publicly stated loud and clear that his future with Mercedes isn't guaranteed, he's also made it clear he isn't currently in talks with other teams. But in the world of Formula One, statements like these are never absolute. There are always external factors beyond a driver's control that can rapidly change the narrative. One such factor is the potential Mercedes-Verstappen collaboration. This exact possibility is why George and Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff have reportedly discussed potential future scenarios should the Verstappen opportunity arise. And it's this possibility that has drawn the attention of Aston Martin as well. Led by Lawrence Stroll, Aston Martin understands just how difficult it would be to land Verstappen, especially with Mercedes as a strong contender. So instead, they're setting their sights on the next best option, George Russell. As for George's stance on the matter, he's been refreshingly transparent. Reflecting on his future with Mercedes, Russell said, "No, the future is not certain. I'm not talking with anybody else, and any teams who have shown interest. I've been quite open in saying my intentions are to stay with Mercedes. That's always been clear, and I'm loyal to Mercedes. They gave me this chance to get into Formula One. There haven't been any hard feelings with any of the talks going around, especially around Max, because like I've said numerous times, why wouldn't teams be interested in Max if everybody could sign him? Still, if things don't work out with Mercedes, the most logical landing spot for Russell would be Red Bull. The reasoning is simple. He'd have a guaranteed seat in a high-performing, title-contending car and would be joining a world-renowned project under Christian Horner's leadership. And with the sweeping new regulations set to take effect in 2026, there's no telling who might hold the competitive edge. It's a roll of the dice, and Russell might just be tempted to accept that challenge, even if it means driving alongside or following in the footsteps of Verstappen. Meanwhile, a rising star is quickly grabbing the spotlight. Arvid Lindblad, the current F2 sensation, made headlines by becoming the youngest driver to ever secure pole position, a sprint race win, and a feature race win in the same championship. Unsurprisingly, Red Bull has taken notice. After undergoing intensive F1 testing at Imola, Lindblad impressed far beyond expectations for someone who has never stepped into an F1 car before. This strong showing now places extra pressure on Red Bull's current lineup hopefuls, especially Liam Lawson and Yuki Tsunoda. Isaac Hadjar is another name making waves. He's been putting in standout performances and may very well be on the verge of promotion to the main Red Bull team. The internal pressure on Tsunoda is increasing, especially after repeated warnings from both Horner and Helmut Marko. If Tsunoda doesn't deliver strong results consistently by season's end, Red Bull may be ready to replace him. Hadjar has already expressed his readiness, despite feeling it might be too soon, acknowledging that a chance like this comes once in a lifetime. And with Verstappen's own future up in the air, Hadjar could even find himself leading the team sooner than expected. Tsunoda, despite scoring points in 5 out of 10 races this year, is still under heavy scrutiny. He waited 5 long years for a potential Red Bull promotion, and now that the door is ajar, the behavior of the current car and his own inconsistency could cost him dearly. Every time Hadjar outperforms Tsunoda in qualifying or on race day, the whispers grow louder and the likelihood of a shock promotion becomes very real. But the surprises don't stop there. Alex Palou, the IndyCar 500 champion, is also flirting with the edges of Formula One. Having already tested F1 machinery with McLaren in past practice sessions, he's proven he's not afraid of the challenge. Even Carlos Sainz has praised him, saying, "If you're capable of winning the Indy 500, then you're definitely ready for an F1 seat." However, Palou has since downplayed the chances of an F1 switch, making it clear it's not on his radar for now. The same goes for Colton Herta, another American talent touted as Cadillac's F1 hopeful. Despite the buzz, he remains hesitant about making the leap from IndyCar to Formula One, adding to the unpredictability of the driver market. With so many pieces in play, it's now up to the biggest names Verstappen and Russell to pull the trigger and set off what could be the most chaotic and fascinating driver market shuffle in recent memory. So, what do you think? Who holds the power to deliver the biggest shockwave in Formula One? And how do you see the grid shaping up as we enter the brave new world of 2026? Let us know in the comments below, and once you've done that, be sure to click the video appearing on your screen right now for even more insights into the wild world of Formula One.